Okay, now now that I've actually got my box constructed, okay, and I've welded on the inside, and notice that I've welded into the where the walls meet, as well as where they meet inside on the base. Now that I've got that, now I have to worry about the outsides, right? I have to take a look at that, how that's going to, how I'm going to weld those things together. Okay, now this is actually a lot easier in my opinion. Okay, and basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm taking two walls like this. Okay, so they're butted up against each other. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kind of like score, and it's going to create marks like this, and then I'm going to smoothen, and it's going to create a bond like this. This is what it looks like. So first it's going to look ugly. So the first thing I do is I come in here and I'm going to score. And actually I like to score from the outside in. Okay, notice how I hold the outside wall, kind of putting a little bit of pressure against it. Okay, now I'm going to go across here. So I'm basically scraping this clay together. Okay, notice how I hold on the top. I hold pressure on the top so that way my walls don't separate. Now that's creating quite a bit of clay, like a lot of the like little gunkies. That's what I like to call them, clay gunkies. Now I'm going to take some of my sculpting tool here. I'm going to wet it a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. And now I'm going to hold in the outside. I'm going to come straight up. Check that out. Pretty cool, huh? Come in here. I'm going to come straight up. In here, and what that does is it takes all the clay, all those marks that I made, and it welds them together. It creates a really cool seam, or makes the seam go away, excuse me. It's still there, but look at that. See? So I said it was going to look ugly at first, and then now look at that. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, now it's very satisfying when that happens. Okay, now I'm not done with that part, right? Okay. Coming over here, and I'm going to show it again. Now notice here how it's kind of like all disheveled and just kind of like, right? Well, check it out if I do this again, okay? So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to come out from the inside out on this one first because the clay is separating right there. All right, so I hold. Now I'm going to come up, and I'm going to scrape it together right in there, okay? You can see how the clay is just a little bit long or wider at the bottom there. So I scrape it up. I let those little gunkies on there. That's fine. Again, a little bit of water on my sculpting tool. I like to take off the excess that was on there. Now I'm going to come up and look at that. I think that's very satisfying to me. Okay, I love doing that. Okay, coming from now, notice I'm holding on the inside so that way I don't push in too much, and I start to get rid of those marks. Okay, I could come across the bottom like this. Look at that, pretty cool, huh? See how that just kind of cleans it up? Again, I think this is very satisfying. I can't say that enough because it starts to look really clean. Now, if I start to get a seam, like it starts to split up like it is towards the top, one of the things I could do is those little gunkies, right, that I've had, like this, I could actually add those into my clay. Okay, and again, it doesn't look great at the beginning, but then I smoothen it out, and suddenly it becomes seamless. And that's the point. So you need to do that to all the outside edges. As the clay starts to get drier, we're going to be able to clean up even more. All right, see this part right here? I'm probably going to add a little bit of clay in there to try to clean that up a little bit more, but that's going to come later. Okay, so make sure you do that to all the outside seams.